Hello, Sir Farid. In this video, I will presenting the three-point bending test analysis. So here is the table of content, and the first topic that we will be discussing is an introduction to the bending test. So the bending test is a widely used method for determining the mechanical properties of materials, especially when conventional uniaxial tensile tests are not suitable. It is particularly useful for brittle materials that tend to crack under tensile stresses when gripped, making them difficult to test with traditional tension method. In such cases, the bending test provide a practical alternative for evaluating the tensile strength by applying force in a way that minimizes grip-induced failures. As shown in the image, there are two types of bending tests. The first one is the three-point bending test and the four-point bending test. And for this experiment, we conducted a three-point bending test. And here is the methodology for our experiment. The experiment is consists of three stages. The first stage is measurement of the measurement process. So the measurement of the specimen experimental configuration. The second one is testing the specimen using the three-point bending method, and the last stage is data processing, including the data cleaning and determining the mechanical properties of the specimen based on the experiment results. So here are the details of the specimen and experimental setup in the three-point bending test as mentioned previously. The specimen is designed as a rectangular beam with the measurement displayed here. The experimental configuration include the beam length from support to support as well as the distance from each support to the load application point on the beam. And these are the results obtained from the experiment. As the applied load increased, the displacement or deflection of the beam at the loading point also increased. This deflection was observed using a dial indicator positioned at the middle of the beam where the load is applied. So the next one is about discussion about the structural analysis of the specimen under the testing condition. Focusing on the free body diagrams of the three-point and four-point bending test, and in a three-point bending test, the specimen is supported at both ends, and the load is applied at the center. This configuration results in a equal load distribution across each support. In contrast, in a four-point bending test, two equal load are supported at each end. Therefore, each support counteract each load equally as illustrated in the diagram. And following the FBD analysis, we move to the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram analysis to understand the shear force and bending moment distribution along the beam in this testing condition. For the three-point bending test, the shear force remain positive in the beam section before the loading point and negative after it. The point where the load is applied has zero shear force, indicating the location of pure bending, and this point of pure bending consists solely of normal stress, where tensile and compressive stresses are present. In the four-point bending test, a similar shear distribution occur, but the zero shear force or pure bending extend across the entire beam section between the load point. This larger region of pure bending in the four-point test provide a more comprehensive stress distribution analysis. And the bending moment distribution pattern analysis also follow the SFD. For the three-point bending test, pure bending occur only at the load application point, and in contrast, the four-point bending test pure bending occurs along the entire section of the beam between the two applied load. This difference is crucial as it highlights the primary distinction between the two methods. The four-point bending test provides a more accurate measure of tensile properties because it has a larger pure bending region. In a three-point bending test, the pure bending happens only at the point of load application, making it sensitive to small misalignment that can introduce larger error. By contrast, the four-point bending test is preferable because the larger pure bending region minimize alignment errors, leading to more accurate tensile property measurement. And in this slide, we cover the material behavior under incremental transverse loading, resulting in beam deflection. From the graph displayed here, which plot applied load against deflection using experimental data, we can conclude that the material behavior is proportional between these two parameters. This linear relationship indicates that the material remains in its elastic region, where it will return to its original shape after the load is removed. And the next one is the discussion about the accuracy of the result. The graph on the left shows the theoretical deflection calculated from the deflection equation derived for this deflection point from the elastic curve equation. In the graph, we compare experimental and theoretical deflection, and the large difference in slope between the two curves highlight a significant discrepancies, likely due to alignment issues with the dial indicator. Misalignment may occur if the dial indicator is not precisely positioned where pure bending occur, or if it is not exactly at the midpoint of the beam in this case. This result in a considerable error. And here we compare the mechanical properties obtained, especially the elastic modulus. To perform this comparison, we derive an equation based on the deflection to estimate based on the deflection equation to estimate the experimental elastic modulus. This formula calculates the slope of the load deflection curve, representing the elastic modulus, and the slope itself it is obtained by taking the ratio of the load difference to the deflection difference using corresponding data point. And after determining this value, we calculate the experimental elastic modulus, which was 25.375 GPa. However, the true elastic modulus of the beam material is 200 GPa, resulting in a large error of 87.31%. And this substantial error can be explained by the previous graph, which indicated significant discrepancies in material behavior due to alignment issue and measurement sensitivity. And for the experiment, the conclusion is the 3-point bending test is one of the methods for evaluating the mechanical properties of brittle materials. And although our experiment shows significant discrepancies due to alignment issues and limitation in measurement accuracy, it highlights the importance of careful setup and calibration. The 4-point bending test with its larger region of pure bending is generally more accurate and preferable when high precision is required. Overall, the bending test remains a critical method for understanding material behavior under bending loads and offer insight that are essential in material testing and quality control. So, and here are the references, and thank you.